Hi, I am Audra Michelle. I am the owner of Audra Michelle's Integrative Religion Recovery, and I am participating in a really fun, super fun story marketing challenge. So I have a story for you today. The prompt I chose for today, I want to make sure I get this right, was I created this business because it was driving me crazy that. So I created this business because it was driving me crazy that religion was being used as a weapon, that I was seeing people left and right being erased, being hurt, being put down, being belittled, being traumatized, being abused, all in the name of religion. That's not okay. That is not what religion is supposed to be. I am really sick and tired. It drove me crazy seeing people profiting off of others in the name of religion, um, and people getting on these massive power trips in the name of religion. I have talked with so many people since I got out of the cult. I have talked with people who were raised in an environment where it was taught freely that the husband was to spank his wife if she did not obey him, and not in a fun way. That's just wrong. Um, I it wasn't until I was out and I started a Facebook group to talk with other people who had just recently gotten out to work through all of our crap. That's when I realized how widespread this problem is. It's not just that, oh, well, that one denomination does this and it's not right. And it's not, it's just these guys, or no, it's this one thing, but it's biblical. No, it's that religion is used as a tool to gain power over people, to control people, and often not for a good reason, not for something that you would think of as being this high religious ideal or something high moral thing. No, it's just because people like the feeling of power. People like being in control, and some people like taking some money. The church system that I left, when I left, I did not realize that it was wrong, that it was unhealthy. I did not realize what all was going on. Since I left because we moved away. Since I left, that church system has gotten into a lot of trouble for not covering up, but encouraging people who have been sexually assaulted by other members of the church, not necessarily clergy molesting, but when people within the church, one molests another, the church encouraged them to not ever go to the police because it is unbiblical to bring in the court system. So they would have some meetings, the abuser would have some counseling, and then they'd have to make up and go on living life together. Extremely harmful to the victim, and that's not right. And I got so tired of seeing things like modesty. Yes, the Bible talks about modesty. It does not lay out specifics of it has to be this far from your knee, and you cannot show your wrists and things. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when modesty is used to put blame on the woman. Because let's face it, the modesty rules almost always fall on the woman. Because the rationalization is that men are visual creatures. So when they look at a woman, they are sexually stimulated. And somehow it gets twisted, so that becomes a woman's fault. No, no, no. Hang on. It became so important for a woman to dress completely modestly, where this would be like the lowest neckline because anything else might make a man wonder. The goal was to not lead your brother to stumble. So if I wore something that might cause a man to look at me and think something impure, it's on me. I made him think that. How in the hell does that make any sense? That feeds this whole cycle of rape culture where, oh, I was molested because I didn't dress appropriately. And I caused him to think impure thoughts, and he's a man and he can't control it. Men, how does that make you feel, men? Being told that you aren't strong enough to keep in your pants just because you see a woman dressed a certain way or acting a certain way, that is weakness. So all of these things are supposed to put all this burden on women, also makes the men appear weak. I know a lot of men. I'm very good friends with a lot of men, and they cannot keep it in their pants. There should be nothing that excuses a man molesting a woman. And I know it goes the other way around where women molest men and use men, and that is absolutely awful as well. I'm speaking mostly about the modesty aspect for women. No woman should bear the burden and blame for someone else's behavior just because of how they're dressed. That's another way that things have been controlled. People are being manipulated in the name of God, and that's not okay. So that's why I started this company. That's why I started this business. Integrative Religion Recovery. There is, I truly believe that there is a God and that He is good. And I do believe in a lot of what is in Scripture, but I no longer believe what I was taught for so many years, that it is inerrant and you have to take what's in the Bible as it is with no other study. No, gotta study the history surrounding what was that area like, what was everything like right when that happened. And I get very passionate, as you can tell. What I see in much of the church today is the manipulation, the control, the exclusion of people who don't look, act, behave, think the same way. And I had another one in my head. So I'm seeing these things, and making God tiny. The thinking that since I left about 6 years ago. I've gone back to church occasionally since then. Have not settled anywhere yet because I'm not ready. I'm still kind of in my cocoon, but getting ready to burst forth. So many teachings had so many rules we had to follow. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and then God can do this. Why? If He is all powerful, all knowing, all present everywhere, why do things fall on me to have good things? I wish I had a better concrete example of that, but the thinking was like, we have to follow all these rules and then we can be blessed and then God can do this, and He can't do anything until we do all these steps, and He can only use these certain people. No, that's very small thinking. One of the things was intuition. Intuition was deemed as almost as a tool of the devil, something that we needed to fear. If we intuitively felt something, we were taught to seek counsel by those in supposed authority above us and have them weigh in. If we didn't agree with them, keep going up the chain until we had enough people weighing in to see, is my intuition correct or not? And no, I'm a mama now. I've got 4 kids. Mama's intuition is spot on. And it took me years to start trusting it because I was taught for so long that it was not right. There were a lot of big things that happened in my life that I had no idea were happening because that little voice in me that was saying, hey, something's going on, better check it out, it had been silenced. So I'm here with this integrative religion recovery, because I cannot sit back and let people continually be hurt and continually made tiny and be lied to and manipulated. So I'm here to help people who are ready to start thinking critically about what they've been taught, looking into what they've been taught, and doing some healing. So if I'm ready to chat with you, I am excited to have a connection call with you. If this speaks to you, let's have a conversation. You can message me and we'll set something up. I'd love to work with you and show you some tips to start changing some of the thinking that thinking patterns that you've got fallen into. And I would love to help you see things more for what they are and be aware of ways that different religious organizations manipulate. Maybe you'll discover that where you are is a great place. Maybe you'll discover that, oh, that's dangerous. Maybe you've been out and you just want to heal. I'm here for you. Maybe you've been out and you kind of want to go back. I have some tips for that too. I can help you walk that path. So let's have a conversation and let's change how religion is used in our culture. Let's keep it humanity rising.